It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Reckenwell. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Cowles.
How are you?
It's another Monday.
It's another Monday. You have a lot of Mondays during the week, don't you?
At least 5.
At least 5. Minimum of 5.
Minimum flow.
Minimum flow limits.
Yeah. How's your day?
So far, so good. It's still early. Plenty of time to ruin that. So, but so far, so good.
So far, so good.
I'm liking it so far. I'm up.
However, it is Wednesday morning, the 12th day of October.
It is.
Where in the world is time going, Scooter?
It is flown this year. I mean, it is just flying by. We're going to blink, and it's going to be Christmas time. We're going to go right through Thanksgiving.
We can just skip Christmas. I'd be happy to.
I like Christmas, though. That's fun.
Only because you get time off.
Well, I get to spend time with the family, and people come in, and it's cool.
Right.
And I get time off.
It's the cookies and the cakes and the extras.
I don't know about the cookies and cakes. I'm not a big sweets fan, but all the food for sure.
What's your favorite Christmas dinner?
I have to say, just going with a nice big ham.
A big
I like
ham.
ham. I like ham.
Sweet potatoes?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Mashed
Could
potatoes.
do without sweet potatoes. Mashed potatoes, I'm good with.
Gravy or butter?
Gravy.
Gravy.
Got to have gravy.
Green beans or corn?
Corn.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've tuned in to the morning cooking show.
Now that everybody knows what I want, I expect now.
Desserts. What about no desserts?
I like, my mom makes pecan pie. That's awesome. I really like that. But I don't do a whole lot of like cakes and different sweet. I don't do a lot of them. It just, I know it don't look like it, but just not a big sweets person.
There you go.
How about you?
No.
See. All right, what's your favorite Christmas dinner? Since we're talking about Christmas in the middle of October, what's your favorite Christmas dinner? If you had to pick a meal.
I'm not sure I've got one.
Not sure you got one.
No.
A steak.
No, I'm not big on steak for holiday dinner.
I figure you're big on steak anytime. Every time I see you, that's what, give me that big steak.
No, not too much on the holiday stuff. I don't know.
Now, your son can put away a steak, but I mean in no time flat.
He likes it. Yeah. We groomed him well.
Yeah. High maintenance, big steak every meal. No, he'd be happy.
We have this thing, Robert and I do, and anytime we travel, if it's a 2-hour trip or longer away from home, we've got to go eat. Got to eat somewhere.
There you go.
And it can't be a Wendy's or a McDonald's or.
It's got to be a sit down.
It's got to be a real
decent.
sit down, some kind of meal.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Good. All right, now that
Anyway,
we're
now everybody knows what our eating habits are. We'll just carry on. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the morning prayer, brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with 1 location in Memphis, Tennessee, 29 locations within the state of Arkansas. With all our respect is not just their motto; it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff all across the state have done a wonderful job over the years of making that happen for you. Go visit them in your time of need. Now, the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for just being who you are. And Lord, I don't really care if people voted for our current president or not. This man needs our prayers. And Lord, we just pray that you will touch him, lead him, guide him, and help him figure out how to deal with things that are going on in our world, Lord. The Russian and Ukraine situation is not getting any better, and Lord, we just pray that you will intervene there and make things work out to the way that you want them to. But give President Biden some guidance that he is currently lacking, and let him know that you are in control and not him, and that we need things to straighten out, not only for their country over in Russia and Ukraine, but for our country here as well. And Lord, we just pray for all of our local politicians as they continue on with their campaigning for the November election. Lord, we just pray that you will keep your hand on that as well, and make sure that it goes the way it's supposed to go, and honesty is the best way that can happen. And Lord, we just thank you for all that you do for us, and it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. If you don't know where they're located here in Mountain Home, take a trip up Highway 5 North. Look for the biggest American flag that you've probably ever seen. Turn in there. That's their parking lot. Go talk to them about pre-planning. And still haven't got it done, and neither of you. And I was there Saturday. I should have grabbed some information on it, but I wasn't.
See?
Wasn't on top of it.
Wasn't thinking.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. Go by and see them. And now we're going to take a look at the new commercial from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their number. Give them a call. Check this out.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. That little commercial was made locally for the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. You can go there and click on live views and check out one just like this. Howdy doody.
Nice and clear this morning.
It is clear this morning. What you're looking at is a shot back into Baxter County, Arkansas from Marion County, Arkansas. And the city of Cotter. It's a little bit dark. You really can't see a whole lot.
Let me see if this other camera lightens it up. That's still
That's
pretty
just
dark.
the way the sun is, just
Yep.
dark outside.
Yep.
What you're looking at there is Contractors Trust. There on your left, the railroad depot there. Beautiful shot of the White River, and if you look really close, you can see that the river is actually moving through there. It's not a still shot. This is a live shot. You can go to retiredtoarkansas.net. Clip on the live views and see 10 or 15 different views there. That's zooming in for you. Now you can see that running over the shoals there. Pretty nice shot. While you're at retiredarkansas.net, check out the MLS listings. If there's something there that catches your eye or piques your interest, give them a call at 870-405-0793. Talk to Bob or Linda Zadora, and they'll help you out. If you see something there that might catch your interest, you probably need to call about it pretty quickly because the real estate market here is still moving pretty well. And that zooms out. That's just a good shot. I just like it.
I like it. That's one of my favorites right there.
Go back to the big shot here. Did you get a shot of the Rainbow Bridge this morning?
No, I didn't.
Over to your left as the river bends back up to the north, that's the Rainbow Bridge. Followed behind it is the old railroad bridge. City of Bull Shoals is to your left. Off to your horizon is that state of the Missouri. And Mountain Home is off to your right. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, bring you this shot every day here on the morning show. Let's take a look at some temperatures. Mountain Home at 67, Harrison 68, Batesville is 67, Yellville, Arkansas is 68, Marshall is 55, Salem is 55, Mountain View is 55, Calico Rock is 67, West Plains, Missouri is 65, Springfield, Missouri is 62, Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 64, and St. Louis, Missouri is 64 as well. Take a look at our radar, and it's actually still moving. How about that? Woo-hoo. Got some rain up north of us around Kansas City. There's going to be some hitting into Springfield. Going to wave over towards St. Louis. We're going to zoom on in here. Take a look into Arkansas a little tighter. Little bit of rain. We were supposed to be getting rain all morning, but I think they've taken a lot of that out. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. Up around Rogers, they're going to get some around 9 or 10. Mountain Home is going to get some at 10 to 11. Going to pass through here. It's not going to last very long. I believe it's a 90% chance at 10, 11% chance at 11. But after that, later this afternoon, it's going to be clear again from Rogers to Jonesboro, Fayetteville to Blytheville, Fort Smith, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, and Greenville, Mississippi. Everything down south of us is pretty clear, but right now we're looking at a little bit of rain between 9, let's say between 9 and noon. Severe threat Wednesday, mid-Mississippi Valley. They say from Fort Smith all the way to Huntsville, Alabama, Birmingham, down around Montgomery, Shreveport, Nashville. But Memphis is going to get the bulk of it, it looks like. It's going to be a heavy-duty rainstorm. Tropical Storm Carl has formed in the Gulf of Mexico. That's not good news for the oil field workers down there, that's for sure. As it used to be, anytime a tropical storm hit the Gulf, they had to evacuate.
Really?
All the rigs had to evacuate.
Oof.
Severe weather watches and warnings. Let's see here. Get that zoomed up here where we can see. There's nothing in the state of Arkansas. What is that? A high wind warning? Maybe. Up in Missouri?
I can't tell on my
You
screen.
can't tell on your screen? I can't tell on
Mine's a
mine
little
either.
bitty.
Yeah, mine's big and I still can't tell. But with that said, there's nothing in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, little something around Springfield, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. It's all looking pretty clear. 7-day forecast. Showers and then chance of thunderstorms today, high of 77, low tonight 47. Tomorrow, Thursday, sunny, high of 69. It's pretty nice when the high is going to be 69.
That'd be nice and cool. I like it.
Clear Thursday night, low of 45. Sunny Friday, high of 75, low of 54. Saturday, sunny, then a slight chance of thunderstorms, high of 82. Chance of showers Saturday night, low of 50. And then sunny on Sunday with a high of 70. Early part of next week, looks like Monday's going to be a high near 63. And then Tuesday, high near 60. Chilling down a little bit.
What is that, a low of 37 Monday night?
I would purposely skip that.
Okay, we're going to skip that. We'll believe it when we get closer. How's that?
That's a whole long time away. Pollen today. Tree pollen none. Tomorrow none. Friday none. Grass pollen today is moderate. Tomorrow is none. Friday is none. Ragweed is high today, moderate tomorrow, and moderate on Friday. Lake level and dam reports. Lake level from Lake Norfolk is 553.22. They are not generating at this time. And Lake Bull Shoals, 556.14, and they are currently generating 3.
I'm going to correct that. It's 656.14. You said 556. It's 100 feet lower.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that'd be if it was 100 feet lower?
Oh, that wouldn't be good, though.
Why not?
Because you'd have all that bank and all them docks that have to move so far out. It'd be a mess.
Be cool. 656.14 is Bull Shoals, and they are currently 2.86 below full pool of 659. And that's the weather and the lake level and dam report for you. If you want to check the dam report for yourself, give them a call at 870-431-5311. If you're looking for real estate in our area, give them a call. Bob and Linda Zadora at the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Realtors you can recommend to a friend. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you with your realty needs. And now we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're going to run through some quick news highlights for you this morning. The city of Cotter is among different areas, different groups in our area for a urban and community forestry grant brought to you by Arkansas Department of Agricultural Forestry Division. City of Cotter plans to use their grant for tree trimming and maintenance of existing trees at the City Cotter Park. Say that 100 times fast.
Yeah, it's kind of a tongue twister, isn't it?
Just say it twice fast and you'll get twisted up. Ozark County Sheriff's Department has received a $3,500 grant to train and certify a new handler for their K-9 division. That's good. Hopefully the Ozark County Sheriff's Department is getting all their financial needs worked out. Due to the fact of budget cuts, they've had to let go of a bunch of deputies and a bunch of staff, and hopefully that'll all work out for them. They're looking for Josh Sherman is the new handler for their K-9 Rye. Is a German Shepherd that joined the department back in the summer of 2020, and the training is required in order for the dog to be used. So, congratulations to Ozark County. And have you ever messed with a K-9 dog much? A trained K-9?
I have a little bit. A friend of mine that I knew was a handler, and had a really, them are some smart dogs.
They are some smart dogs.
I'll give you that.
I want to say congratulations to an area 10-year-old, Dylan Connor, who shot a bear while he was deer hunting.
Awesome.
Said it was about 12 steps away from him, and he thought maybe it might ought to kill it.
Well, there you go.
He said it was both exciting and scary.
I could imagine that.
Yep. And he killed this bear with a crossbow.
No, I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Deer hunting in Arkansas, archery season began on September the 24th. Muzzleloader season starts on this Saturday, and then modern gun will be permitted on November the 12th. And yeah, I would be out. Yeah, definitely out. The city of Gassville is going to have a well project. They're doing a pre-construction meeting this morning. They're going to call it City Well Number 2. That is open to the public if you want to go out, if you live out in that way and you want to attend that. Let me get the time. That will start at 11 o'clock at the Fire Department Training Room at 206 South Church Street. And with that, we will...
I do want to mention real
I got
quick.
2 more things too. So.
Okay. Don't forget the Hillbilly Chili Cook-Off is this Saturday.
Trunk or Treat is also...
And Truck or Treat is this Saturday at the Youth Center.
Rain or shine?
From, I'm guessing, I have not heard what the contingency plans are if it rains, but I know as of right now it's planned on from 4 to 6 at the Youth Center.
Okay. In high school softball, Wednesday schedule includes 2 teams that will square off in Class 4 District 6 tournament in Glendale High School. West Plains faces Branson. I also want to say congratulations to Mountain Home High School girls tennis team. They tied for 3rd in the state tournament Monday and Tuesday this week. Last night, the Mountain Home Bomber Lady Bomber volleyball team took all 3 sets against Russellville.
Sweet.
Good conference
Good
meet
job.
for them, and way to wet that up. The blue and gold scrimmage with the 7th grade football teams was last night, and it finished out the blue team 18 and the gold team 12.
It was a good game, though.
It was fun to watch. It was close all the way down to the hammer.
Yep.
It was done. And with that, you've been watching The Morning Show here on XL7-TV. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guest is Shane Cummings, Studio of the Arts. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. I don't know where to start. You're coming from Northeast Arkansas. Pocahontas is where your studio,
yes, sir.
Where your theater is, and you're actually coming to do a show at Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts. What brought you here?
That's a long story. I'll kind of give you the shorter side of it. We've been in business for over 30 years. We're a nonprofit. Studio for the Arts is a nonprofit that runs the Imperial Dinner Theater and a performing arts youth facility where we've taught acting, dance, and voice through the years. In 2017, we actually suffered from a massive flood over there in Northeast Arkansas. Pocahontas was completely covered with water, including our theater. And we had about 18 inches of water in our facility. And we've been there almost 20 years at that particular location. And unfortunately, we were told that we didn't need flood insurance when we had insurance. And so after a team of volunteers, we're all nonprofit, we're a fully volunteer theater. I had 40 volunteers that came in and helped rip the floors out, rip the sheetrock out, and get it cleaned up. But we knew it was going to be a tough going ahead, getting things reopened again. We didn't know if we were going to recover from that. Then in 2019, again with a group of volunteers, we decided to reopen. And we were so excited. We opened with a show in the fall. We had a December show, and we had a February show. And then COVID in 2020 locked us down, outlocked the whole world down again. And we were part of that lockdown, so we had to shut down again. Honestly, we didn't know. As a nonprofit, you never know what's going to come next, and there's not a lot of backup plan. We thought, well, I guess this is it. Maybe we're done. But we had so many people reaching out to us, between parents of students that we've had through the years and our customers for the Imperial Dinner Theater. So we want you guys back. Are you going to reopen? And being all volunteer, it's hard to get everybody corralled together and make things happen. But we realized that we have a calling to do what we do. After almost 30 years in the industry and serving our community, we said we got to come back. So the best way that we thought we could come back is start touring with one of our plays that we do. And so that's why we're going to be here in Bull Shoals in the Mountain Home area. So we actually draw from probably 100-mile radius around Pocahontas, all the way from Memphis, and people come as far as St. Louis, our regular customers through the years that we've built. And we want to let folks know that we're back, and that live theater is back for availability by the Imperial Dinner Theater. And we've always had a mission to bring families together. And I think that's part of this COVID thing has made us all think about a lot of different things. And I think it's always been important that families gather together. They used to gather around the kitchen table or even around the TV for TV shows and sit as a family together. And then Netflix has come along and Hulu, and now everybody's so into their digital. And I'm guilty. I mean, I love the streaming channels and I love my technology, but we know as theater people, it's so important that we gather together as humans together in an environment, and that's what we do. We bring the human element back into entertainment, and we're excited to bring that to this area.
So is your dinner portion, is it back open as well?
It is in certain locations. Of course, Bull Shoals is an auditorium-style seating, so the Bull Shoals show, which is going to be a week from this Friday, is going to be a show only. And we're doing shows in Jonesboro, Cherokee Village, and one in Pocahontas, not at our theater. But our plan is to use this tour show as a fundraiser. Mm-hmm. Of course, we operate on ticket sales, tuition, and donations from our customers. We wanted to start our movement forward again by earning our fundraising back, by doing shows, doing what we do, giving to the community, showing them what we can do, kind of say, this is what we can do for you. And so that's what we're doing. That's why we're doing the tour shows, to kind of get things back opened up again.
In the show itself, how long of a production is this?
It lasts about an hour and a half, probably an hour and 40 minutes, including intermission. It's a 2-act comedy play. It's called Countdown at the Pied Piper Saloon, or The Legend of Johnny Rash. And we at the Imperial Dinner Theater have a special way of doing melodramas. This is a melodrama where the audience is involved. The actors are very engaged with the audience. Sometimes we'll even break character and talk to the audience members, or the character will just talk, and they get to boo the villain, and the villain gets to harass back. They get to cheer for the hero when he comes out, and hopefully he wins the day and wins the damsel, the heroine. And it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of music in this show, hence the partial name of the Johnny Rash. It's a little play off of Man in Black, and just so much fun. It was written by Andy Evers, our founder and former director for the Imperial Dinner Theater. She's still involved, and she wrote this play to bring it on the road, wrote the music, wrote the lyrics. It's just going to be a laugh a minute all night long. So everybody wants to come see this show for sure.
And you're coming to Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts on 178 Main Street in Bull Shoals.
Right. Uh-huh.
How big of a theater is that?
I think it seats about 500 people. It's a pretty good sized theater. It's a real nice. It's large enough to seat a good sized audience, but it's also intimate enough that you're going to be close enough. You can see the stage, you can see the actors, and the actors are liable to be right down. In fact, they will be right down amongst the audience members also, which is really a lot of fun. That's one thing I love about melodramas is, and I like dramas. I love musicals. I've been a singer most of my life. But melodramas is so, I use the word again, intimate. It's like you're right there with your customers. You're laughing with them. They're laughing at you, and you're sending it back to them. It's just a fun, and it's great for the whole family, too. And that's one thing that's been our brand for years, and we really started saying it, that we are a family-friendly dinner theater, family-friendly theater. And that's another aspect. I've been teaching the drama classes for over 20 years at the studio. And I realize, and I've got kids, and they're almost all grown now, but I realize that we need more entertainment in our society, that you don't have to be afraid of, that it's going to have to be, oh, I need to censor that or cover my kids' ears or anything like that. And so we always pride ourselves on being family. Bring your mom, bring your dad, bring your grandma, grandpa, bring your preacher, bring your kids. It's good for the whole family. And there's types of humor that everyone can laugh about. It's like, Carol Burnett is a great example, I think. You know, a lot of kids don't know who Carol Burnett is, but if you put it on for them to watch, they go, wow, that was funny.
Yeah, and they'll watch it.
Yeah, and they'll watch it, absolutely. In fact, my kids, when they were little, when DVDs first started coming out with the TV series, my kids would all pile up with me in bed. We'd watch TV, and I was like, Dad needs a break. And so I went and got the Beverly Hillbillies and the Andy Griffith Show on DVD, and they were like 7, 5, and 3. And I thought, they're not going to want to watch this. This is black and white. I put on Andy Griffith and Beverly Hillbillies, and my kids piled up there, and they laughed, and I'll never forget. Their favorite episode, and they still remember this, was when the goat ate the dynamite, and Gomer had to carry the goat. And they were afraid the goat was going to blow up. My kids still talk about that. So that kind of humor is, there's plenty of humor out there for the whole family, and that's what we provide.
There you go. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. Shane Cummings, Studio of the Arts, is with us this morning. We'll be back in just a moment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Shane Cummings, Studio of the Arts. They're not a local mountain home, but they're not very far away. You say you're in Bowdoin?
Well, that's where I live. Our theater's in Pocahontas.
In Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Okay. How many people does it take to put on a production like you're going to be providing at Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts on October 21st?
That's kind of an interesting question because we have a lot of people that have been involved in our organization for a long time. This particular show has 6 people in the cast, and generally when we're at our own theater, we'll have somebody running sound, somebody running lights, different people taking care of different things backstage. But since this is a tour show and we're going to different facilities where they may not have the same thing at each location, each cast member has different responsibilities. So the people that are acting will also be, when we're doing dinner theater, they'll actually be the servers. They help plate the food. So everybody works together. It's like everybody wears a lot of different hats. And so we'll have one person or 2 people that are helping set up the set. You'll have one person that's actually setting up the sound. And then during the show, this particular show, every cast member has to hit a sound cue at some point or another in the show, or every cast member has to go get a prop and place it and get it ready. So it's really a teamwork, and that's something we've always been very, very much a part of how we do as a team effort. My kids actually grew up in the theater, and that's one of the things they learned is everybody has a job, but everybody helps each other get those jobs done. So And again, in this particular show, aside from the director, there's 6 people in the cast, and they'll do all the load in, the load out. They'll do the serving to the customers. They'll greet the customers, and when we're doing a regular dinner theater, there's usually about 4 or 5 people that are doing the serving if the cast is not. Then we have a chef. These shows we're doing right now are going to be catered. Mm-hmm. Of course, bull shows we'll just be doing shows. We'll have some refreshments and some concession stands. So we'll probably have a couple people running a concession stand. And the marketing aspect, again, I have people, volunteers that are helping with that. Helping get the word out, taking flyers out, and it takes all of us working together because it's volunteer, and it just takes that way. Everybody doesn't have to do everything, mm-hmm. So that's a good aspect of it.
Does your local school over there at Pocahontas, do they participate in your academy that you have?
They're very supportive. Yep. They don't. There's not a very big drama group within our school in Pocahontas, but yeah, we do. In fact, we do school tour shows also. We have a couple shows that we go around all around Arkansas, Tennessee, and Mississippi with our tour shows. We have a show called Buddy the Pirate. Don't be a bully, Buddy, and it's teaching kids. It's a fun comedy pirate show. I happen to play that title character of Buddy, and my daughter plays my sidekick Nora. And we go into the schools with that. We also have a Harriet Tubman one-woman show that we take around Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas. We've been all over the region with those. So we're very engaged with the schools, and we do that through the fall and spring semesters of schools. So we just feel like that theater is a great way to reach people. Again, like I was saying earlier, of all ages. And so that's something we do with the schools, and they are very supportive and excited when we get to bring our shows to that.
How often do you change your show?
Well, generally speaking, and again, we're kind of coming back and getting into a new routine, but generally we do about 4 shows a year when we're at our theater. And what's exciting about what we're doing with this tour is I have an acting troupe that comes out of Oklahoma, Houston, and Branson that works with us. Out of Oklahoma, I have a Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis act that comes in, Michael Cooper, and fantastic show. We had him at the Imperial Dinner Theaters several times, and he's going to be coming. We're planning on bringing him to Bull Shoals, maybe Mountain Home in the future. We're talking about doing a dinner theater here in Mountain Home. So we're going to bring the Dean Martin show to this area. And then out of Houston, Texas, we have Benny Wheels, which does a Johnny Cash tribute show. Fantastic show. And Benny's worked with us several times, and he's just a lot of fun. He doesn't try to pretend like he's Johnny Cash, but he does have a similar look and has worked it, I guess, 15 years he's been doing that show. And so he's really got the nuances of Johnny Cash down. And it's just a fun, like if you close your eyes and just imagine you're with a Johnny Cash at a Johnny Cash concert, it's just pretty fantastic. And then we have the Todd Oliver from Branson, Missouri. He has the talking dog. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Todd Oliver. Super nice guy. He tours all over the country, and he does shows with us when we have stuff available. So. Yeah.
Let's talk about this Leadership Academy that you all have.
Oh man,
what is it all about?
Leadership Academy is a new program that we've just started this year. We did a pilot program in the spring. We just started last Monday. We realized, and that was part of what brought us back, knowing that we needed to serve our community and our region. Kids need mentorship and they need guidance more than they ever have. When we were kids, there were bad things that were going on around us for sure. And the next generation, there's always been something bad in the environment. But over this last generation that's coming up now, we realize that they need help more than ever, and they need people that'll listen to them. Our concept is to help intentionally build future leaders for our communities. What the students we're looking for is the ones that are considered at risk in these small communities where they don't have a lot of after-school programs or a lot of activities. And then there's kids that they're not bad kids, they're not bad students, but they just don't feel like they fit in. And it seems like that's been more and more a thing that's happening where kids don't feel like they fit in. Maybe they're not athletic, maybe they're not into the music at school, or they're not into programs at school, and then they kind of get left to the side. So that's the kids that we're looking to help with the leadership program and give them a place and help them build confidence. And we use our arts background with acting and singing and dancing. We use that as part of our teaching. And we're also built a studio where we're doing the Leadership Academy. The kids are going to learn to do a podcast. They're going to help me produce a Leadership Academy podcast, and that's going to grow their communication skills. It's going to build their confidence. And the other thing is they're going to learn, and this is something the Imperial and the Studio for the Arts has always been part of, and that's being a person of service. And what we want to teach these kids is the importance and how much impact you can make on a person. If you're giving to others, then you're making an impact on someone. Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of what we teach at the Leadership Academy.
What age group do you target for that?
We're taking them all the way from 7 to 15. We have actually 2 segments. We have the Leadership Academy and then the Senior Leadership Academy. And we're starting them at a young age. And right now, the way the academy starts for a day, we meet once a week in person. They come to our home, and we're going to try to do different counties. We started in Lawrence County, where I happen to live, and it's kind of a pilot program. But the first thing they do is they get off the bus and they come to our home, and there's a resident granny. We have a granny there, a grandma there, that sits down with them, and they have a substantial snack when they get off the bus.
No, wait a minute. Well, now you piqued our interest.
What
exactly is a substantial snack?
Well, that just depends on what my partner makes up in the kitchen. But a lot of kids, when they get out of school, they don't have a substantial snack.
Exactly right.
I mean, they really don't. And so that's one of the first they go, wow, I get to sit down and eat something. It's not a supper.
Sure.
But it gets them through till supper, till they get home. A lot of folks are working. They work till 6, 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sit, and the best part of that, the food's great, but they sit and talk to the grandma. And that's another thing that we don't have in our society like we should, or we feel like, is communication.
Mm-hmm.
How was your day? What happened today? Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? And so the grandma, which is my mother-in-law actually, Barb Bougeret, for this particular location, she sits down and we call it chat and chew. And so they just sit and talk, and I had a math test today, or I was playing basketball outside at recess, or I tripped and skinned my knee, whatever, kids, or maybe there's a new toy that they're wanting for Christmas. I mean, kids want to be heard, whatever it is. Sometimes it may not seem like it's that important to us, but to a kid, it's like, whatever's on their mind is the most important thing on their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And to have someone just listen to them. So that's how the evening starts. And then we go into some exercises. We do songs, we do drama exercises to build confidence. And again, then we're going to go into start building, and then we'll start upstairs, and then we go downstairs into my studio, and we start working with microphones, learning about communication skills, how to talk, what to say, what not to say. And the concept of we want them to know they can reach people and make an impact on them. So we're going to talk about personal development, what it means to have a good attitude, how to build a good attitude, and how they can share that with other people.
Is this a fee-based program?
It is not. We've always been a tuition-based program, and we started this without even knowing how we were going to fund it. We just knew that we needed to do it. We felt called to do it. So we're looking for sponsors to help sponsor these kids. We want it to be a community-based sponsorship, because we're investing in the kids, and those kids are going to become the adults that are in the community giving back to the community in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So we're asking businesses to help sponsor this program, and that's, again, we're just getting started with that. On our website at inspiremylife.org, There's a place to donate. Well, hopefully the podcast, we're going to be working on that. But anyone that wants to give to a community program like this, I know we're in a different community a little bit, but we're your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids are very likely to be coming to Mountain Home and Bull Shoals and all around the area.
There you go. 7:45, we're going to take another break with Shane Cummings. Studio of the Arts is with us this morning. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Shane Cummings, Studio of the Arts over in Pocahontas. They're doing a comedy theater show at the Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts building on October the 21st, which is a week from Friday. This show has two names. Why?
Well, melodramas have always had two names, and I you know what? There's a reason, and I don't even know exactly why that is. But generally speaking, it's the location. It's going to tell about the location and one of the main characters. Okay. And the Countdown at the Pied Piper Saloon. Melodramas, historically and generally, there's always the good guy, the hero, the villain, and the heroine. And the bad guy is the guy that ties the damsel up and puts her on the railroad tracks because he's trying to take over a property. Maybe he's trying to take over a hotel, or he's trying to take over a business. This happens to be the Pied Piper Saloon, where the man has passed away that owned it, and Petrie Fide was his name, and that's why the Pied Piper Saloon.
Okay.
And his long-lost daughter is Misty Fide, which there's a sign just coming in here to Mountain Home, says Misty Fide Farms. That was the inspiration for the name. And Misty Fide doesn't know, but she shows up and she finds out she's supposed to inherit the saloon. Of course, there's a big note at the bank, and they don't have the money. It's a rundown saloon. And so you have the two ladies that run the place, and their names are Violet and Putrid. Putrid is she earns her name. She's kind of a dirty, icky old barmaid. And that's played by Olivia Murray, one of our young actresses. and I should say younger, because some of the other cast may go, hey, wait a minute, I'm young too. But there's our cast ranges from 16 to, I'm just going to say 60 something.
It's probably a safe way to put that.
Yeah. I think so. I don't think he would care if I told his actual age, but he's actually acting with his granddaughter, Eli Murray. He's also our board president. He's been acting with us for many years now, and so they're having a good time, having a little family get together, doing this show together. But Petrified died, Mystified inherited it, but they have to raise the money because Snidely Whiplash, which is the villain, which actually happens to be me, I'm the villain of this show.
But that's not the real name, right? It's Spitely Snideworth?
Spitely Snideworth, that's right. I'm thinking about an old the Fractured Fairy Tales. I got caught in my head with the Mountie from Canada. Yeah. So the bad guy, he is trying to get the saloon away from them because they owe the money to him, and they're trying to raise the money, so they do a big musical show to raise the money, and he tries to thwart the show, and so that's what happens throughout the whole thing, and it's just a lot of fun. You're going to see about 45 seconds of ballet even in this comedy. I'm not going to say who does it. You never know who's going to show up. You never know what kind of. It's a very unpredictable show. You just don't know what the bad guy is liable to do to make the show go bad. So it's just a lot of fun.
It's going to be held at the Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts on October the 21st. What time of the evening will this start?
The show starts at 7:30, and they can get tickets by going to inspiremylife.org, or you can call the Imperial Box Office at 892-0030. And we will sell tickets at the door. It's great if you can make your reservation in advance, that way we know how many people's going to be there. Just really looking forward to bringing our shows to this area. It's going to be a lot of fun.
How long will it take you to set up to get this done?
Like after that day?
Yeah.
Probably about 4 or 5 hours. We have to put this, it's a couple hour drive over here. And then it takes about 2 hours to set up the set and the sound. So probably about 6 hours altogether, and then 2 hours of acting. It'll be a 12-hour day when it's all said and done.
And then drive home.
And then drive home, yes, sir.
The younger actors and actresses that you have with the traveling portion, how does that work with their school?
Well, we generally just do it on the weekend, and when we do rehearsals, we're doing it there in Pocahontas, and we're usually done by 8 or 8:30. So we're time for them to get home and get settled in at home. And when actors decide to do something like this is really interesting. Most folks don't realize how many hours go into setting up a production. It takes a lot of time, and I think people draw to us to be part of our organization because, just like in Leadership Academy that we were talking about a while ago, it's about serving others, and that's something about that makes you go, I can push that just a little extra mile if I'm doing something for somebody else. My daughter was, of course, grew up in the theater, and we had one of our school shows also that I was talking about, and the kids got paid for our school tour shows, and they were excited. They might make $25, they might make $50, and we had done 2 shows in one day, and I'd taken my daughter shopping at Walmart that evening after we had done a tour show in the afternoon. She took a day off from school and went and did a tour show, came back and did a show at the theater, and we were done about 9 o'clock, and she wanted to go shopping with her money she had earned. And I said, sure. And as we're leaving the checkout, I told her, I said, I want you to remember something, that it's all well and good. It's very fine to be paid for your craft, whatever it is, whether you're a carpenter, whatever you do. If you're an actor or a singer, as an entertainer, it's perfectly okay to accept money if somebody says, I want to pay you to do what you do. I said, but don't ever lose sight of why we do what we do. Our job is to entertain an audience and to help them forget about their problems for that amount of time that we're on stage. Whether you're singing, whether you're doing a comedy, a drama, our job is to serve that audience in that capacity. And one of our students' parents, her dad came up to me while we were in Walmart as I was telling my daughter this. big guy, and he comes up and he puts his arm around me and he says, Shane, we just saw the show this evening. I brought my family. He said, I want to thank you so much for what you guys do. I know you work hard at what you do, and just want to thank you for what you do and giving us a place where we can come and bring my family to. And my daughter looked up at me. She said, that's why we do what we do. And I said, that's right. So that's a big part of why the actors and the volunteers with the Imperial Dinner Theater, they find that little extra energy to be able to do that. We've had actors on stage at 5 years old on up. So it's a great experience for them.
Now, the Imperial Dinner Theater, is it back open, or are you still working on it to get it back open?
We are not open right now to the public. We're in phase 1. When the flood hit in 17, we had started to get things back together. It's an 18,000 square foot facility, if you can imagine. It's just an enormous, beautiful facility when it was before the flood. As a nonprofit, there's just not a nonprofit arts organization. There's just not a lot of money. So we do as we can with volunteer work and donations and a lot of sweat equity.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we had decided to reopen in 19, we just bleached everything down. Everything was clean, but we have bare floors and the walls are still torn out quite a bit. The building is aged. The HVAC is, it's almost 20 years old, so it's needing some attention. So when we came back in 19, we were ready to start that phase of reopening the theater. We did reopen. And now we're in phase 1 of our new moving forward into 23. Our hope and goal is to raise enough money and get enough volunteer support with our tour shows, with volunteers, with donors, to be able to reopen in the fall of 23.
There you go.
So the tour show and Leadership Academy is phase 1 of us actually reopening our facility.
There you go. The show will be October the 21st at Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts. If you don't know where that is, it's next to the, Scooter, help me here, next to the New Harps in Bull Shoals?
Yes.
Just past the New Harps in Bull Shoals on the left-hand side if you're going toward Flippin. October the 21st, the show starts at 7:30. Doors will open, I would guess, around 7?
Yes.
And that should be a good time to be had by one and all. 870-892-0030. You can call them for ticket availability. Tickets will be sold at the door, but you're better off calling and getting your tickets reserved. InspireMyLife.org. It's more than just a theater group. It is a way of life, I would imagine.
It is. In fact, one of our catchphrases that we use, or a part of our motto, is #WeAreFamily. And because when folks come in to our shows, and I've been to big shows in Little Rock and Memphis and St. Louis and different places, and they're great. I mean, fantastic. And Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I've been to some dinner shows out there, a lot of fun. One thing that's different about us is we try to do very professional theater, but when you come in, you're part of us, you're part of the family. And of course, everybody that works within the organization, we're not kin, but we're like family, and that's a big part of who we, and like you said, a way of life.
Your Leadership Academy, is that something new this season?
It is. We just started it this year. Very excited to see it grow into other counties. As we're getting the word out, I have people contacting me every day. I wish we had that in our county. I wish we had that in our community, and we plan to grow that as we go forward, because I really feel like it's a big need that's out there for our youth.
Do you think that some of those students will come on to be actors with you?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they're going to come on to be actors, and I also want to see them become leaders in the future of our Leadership Academy. That's the idea, is you grow it, and so that the next generation will pick up that baton and carry it forward.
Mm-hmm. Shane, we appreciate you taking the time. Did you make that drive this morning, or did you come spend the night?
Yes, sir. I left about 4:30 this morning. But I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Bob.
A glutton for punishment, you are.
A little bit.
Shane Cummings, the Studio of the Arts. He's the director of Studio of the Arts. We're going to be bringing the show to Bull Shoals, to the Bull Shoals Theater of the Arts, October the 21st, 7:30. Tickets are on sale now. 870-892-0030. That's how you can call them and talk to them about tickets, or you can just show up there about 7 o'clock, buy your tickets. Tickets are $22. It sounds like it's going to be well worth the money for sure. Thank you for taking time to join us this morning. You've all been watching The Morning Show on XL7 TV. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.